Hello everyone, this is Professor Chisholm, and I wanted to go ahead and give you your week 2 overview and also talk about some points here for a second. All right, so this course is about Microsoft Office. All right, now, I would hope most computers have at least maybe a version of it. If you don't have it, I don't know if you have a 365 Outlook account through the school, because if you do, you might be eligible through Microsoft through there. The other thing is I will allow you to use Office, Open Office, which is a free download, which is, let me show you. Okay, so Apache Open Office, it is open source, which means it's free. It looks sort of like Microsoft, but it acts a little bit differently, okay? But it is a Word, it does have a slide, it does have Excel, and it does have a Word document in it. So if you had to, I suppose you could use Open Office. I don't know if I have it on here because I think I took it off. At one point I had to use it. No, that was on that other computer. I lost the contents of my computer in December and had to rebuild it. All right, so Open Office again, but it will do everything that you can do in Microsoft Word. Controls are a little bit different, but you'd have to try to work at it. Okay. All right, so let me go back in here. So week 2. So week 2 is not too bad, guys. We're going to be looking at chapters 4, pages 119 through 130. And we're going to be looking at software and hardware interaction and types of software. And then we're going to look at chapter 5, identifying operating systems functions. And you're like, OMG. You know, you need to have a basic knowledge, because if I ask you, so what's your operating system? I know that I work on Microsoft 8.1, which soon is not going to be supported. But there's Microsoft, there's Windows 7. There was Windows XP, Windows Vista. But now we're into the operating system is 10, but I haven't updated to 10 yet. So, but if you're a Mac user, operating systems are different too. They name them by animals. All right, guys. So we are going to, again, we have a discussion question that is due on Saturday. Your first initial post is due on Saturday, and then you have to reply to 2 of your course mates in at least 3 sentences, or to me, and must be on 3 separate days. So you're going to post Saturday, and then you're supposed to post 2 other days, okay, from between Saturday and when the overall assignment, which is due on Wednesday. So do not post the same day. Do not reply the same day you post, okay? That's the only thing that I ask. Make sure plagiarism, if you're copying and pasting things off the internet and not citing them, you will get an automatic 0. It's frowned upon. You shouldn't. It's a bad habit. You need to be able to express this information in your own words. That's how we know that you're learning, okay? So do what you can. And it says, how is technology being integrated in the healthcare today? Research 3 examples of new healthcare technologies and describe them in your own words. Ensure that you explain each example with at least 4 sentences. Okay, it's called substantive, okay? Substantive. I don't want short and brief. You need to explore it, okay? That's part of, we're trying to develop our writing skills. We're trying to develop our critical thinking skills. So this is why we have this, okay? You're not going to get away from not writing people. I know that people seem to think that, but unfortunately it hasn't been the case since I've worked, okay? So you're going to do this initial reply by Saturday, and then on 2 other days you're going to respond to 2 other people. Okay, now that's that. Now if we go into week 2 materials, and you do have a quiz on the software and hardware. And then your week 2 assignment is you're going to use MS Word, and I will allow you to use the Open Office version of the Microsoft Word for those of you who don't have it. you're going to describe 5 of your favorite computer, phone, or tablet applications, okay? Now, try to avoid games. Come on. Let's make sure that they're applications that are going to be, viable. So, like, for example, I like my Fitbit app because then I can track my what I'm doing, activity during the day, okay? So think of things like that. I mean, if you throw a game in, fine, but really, because if you're going to say, there's some logic games out there, I might buy it because they do test your brain, right? Okay, so for each application, explain at least 2 of its main features or functionalities, okay? So what's its purpose? Why? Function. So like for the Fitbit, for example, Fitbit app, what? I can track exercise. That's a function of it. I can track my diet. That's another function on it. I can track my sleeping, right? So those are all functions. Explain also why you would recommend each of these apps, okay? So, again, using Fitbit as the example, I like the Fitbit because, as I said, it really shows you how inactive you may be from day to day. It has for me. In completing this assignment, use the following MS Word features to organize your work. Okay, so I don't care, as I said, it can be, just make sure that the font is Arial, okay, that it's size 14. You're going to bold for the questions, you're going to underline the title of the assignment, and then you're going to use numbering and bullets to organize your thoughts, okay? So I think this is pretty straightforward. So let's just say neatness counts, layout counts, cleanly, making it neat and clean, and presentable. Presentation counts for everything, guys, okay? So think about that when you're doing it, all right? All right. So I just need to see that you can use the basic functions of a word processing program. All right, that pretty much sums it up. Now, just to let you know, typically I want to make sure things are graded within 3 days of the due date. Okay, so technically you have until tonight to get any of your last comments to the week 1 discussion board. Okay, so that means... and then turn in any of the other assignments for the week. Now, which means I can't grade Thursday, but I can grade on Friday. I have time Friday and Saturday. So I will be grading assignments on Friday and Saturday, okay, for week 1. You will know where you stand with your week 1 grades, definitely by the close of Saturday, okay? So Friday and Saturday, hopefully it'll be all done Friday, but I'm going to give myself a little wiggle room, right? So please just know that. So don't be upset. I do have 3 days to grade things. So, from the due date. Okay. All right, guys. So with that being said, I am just a text message away. I am just an email away, and so far so good. So keep up the good work, and I look forward to, continuing this. Okay. All right. Have a great rest of your week and do great things.